Alright, we're going to get into episode 2, but before I do, so I did episode 1, and I was going to save it on my computer. I had, edited it. It wasn't too much to do. And I was testing out something. To make a long story short, I pretty much lost the video file for episode 1, but the only thing that you missed is me taking like 5 shots throughout the episode and the review. So just to get into the review of the episode that I just watched, I really liked what they can do with just one episode. They're able to pack so much content into just a 30-minute time span, and I really appreciate that about MHA. So, what did I see? So they were trying to elect a class president, and I'm forgetting his name. Ida. The calf sprinty guy. It was really all about him and seeing how far he can go as far as getting everyone's respect. And I really like him as a character. I wasn't too sure about him like when I first met him, in this series, but he's growing on me. He's very level-headed guy, very smart, analytical, and he's capable of a deeper level of empathy, which is pretty cool for a guy of his intellectual prowess. But that was kind of cool seeing that these guys are still just kids in a sense. So to see something not so serious, play out was pretty cool to actually see. And then they got to the USJ, and that was pretty cool. That kind of reminded me of Naruto in the tuning exams. Not so much the exam in itself, but how it just gets interrupted by the villains. And I thought the villain entrance was pretty freaking cool. They definitely look intimidating. The guy with the hands all over his body and the hand on his face, he looks pretty badass, and I can't wait to see like what his quirk is and what his deal is. I really want to see or find out, what the villains' goals are. It can't just be like, oh, we're villains, so we got to take out those heroes because they're not villains. Like, I hope it's something deeper than that. So I'm ready for the story to start building here. I also liked what I forget her name. I think it was 13, the lady in the astronaut suit who runs USJ. She brought into a different aspect of having a quirk or a superpower that people don't really take into account. So like if you are asked the question like, oh, if you could choose like 1 or 2 superpowers, what would it be? A lot of people would probably think in the realm of like, oh, what would help me win in a fight easier, as opposed to their thought process being, how can I save more people? So she kind of broke it down into Aizawa was able to help you figure out what your physical capabilities are, and then All Might's test was to help you hone those skills in a combative aspect. But now you have to use it to save people's lives. There's no combat involved when you're rescuing people. So how do you apply your same powers or your quirk to not hurting anyone but saving people? And I think that's a really cool thing to emphasize on, because like I said, not a lot of people think about that. At least I don't think about that. So I really like that episode that we got, and I'm already anxious to see what the villains are going to do and what their plan is right now. So let's just get into that. But before we do, to episode 2 and to better editing. Man, that is frustrating. I can't believe I lost that entire first episode and wasted all that time editing. Anyway. Oh. Starting to hit kind of hard now. Let's do it. Alright, so I forgot since, the that last episode got deleted. The drinking rules are going to be: I take a shot whenever Aizawa uses the word rational. I also took it when he used the word irrational, just to up the game because I'm that badass. Take a shot every time someone calls Midoriya Deku. Take 2 shots if it's not Bakugo or Ochako. I'm not sure if we met Ochako yet. I think we might have, and I'm just not remembering who he is. Take a shot every time an epic punch is being thrown during a high-quality animation sequence. Take a shot every time Midoriya breaks his arm, finger, or leg. If he breaks it twice, then drink twice. And take a shot for every time you hear the words or see the words plus ultra. And those are the rules. So let's get into it. 2 fingers. These are actually my first 2 shots this entire episode. And we're like done. I might have to make my own rules to make this more interesting. But here we go. Yo, so we are done with episode 10. That was a really good episode. I'll never get tired of seeing Midoriya break down the battlefield. He's so freaking smart, and it's a relief as far as your typical anime protagonist goes. Because the blueprint has always been the Goku-esque character, right? Where the protagonist is just absurdly stupid and doesn't have too much talent, where Deku is freaking amazing at breaking down his opponents, the situation in and of itself. His abilities mixed with everyone else's abilities that he's teamed up with. I mean, this kid is really sick, and I'm really enjoying seeing him work and push himself. Man, there were a couple things in this episode that I really liked, which was seeing our class rep Ida. He didn't want to leave at all because he felt that he should have been in the fight with everyone else, but they kind of drove home the point that, hey, being class rep doesn't mean that you're on ground zero with us all the time. If you can find a way out and get help to us, that's just as good as being on ground zero with us. And I really like that point because it applies to real life too. Just because you're working harder doesn't mean you're doing the best thing for the situation. Sometimes you just got to work smarter. If you're the only one that's able to, get out of a certain situation to bring help to others somehow, then you're doing a bigger service, and it might not feel like it because you're not driving your fist into someone's face. Necessarily, but you are bringing people the help they need to survive here, right? So I really like that. They have this way, these last 2 episodes, they're developing Ida so well, and just the lessons that he's learning, and he's really coming into his own. And I can tell he's going to be a dope character later on. Then we have, Midoriya really breaking down what the enemy is all about, because we saw that they all got separated, and I love that Ida had, I forget his name, but he's the guy that can make body parts out of his extra appendages, and he was using his ears to locate everyone, and he said, hey, we still got everyone in this room, no one's outside, so the plan is limited to this room, which means if we do break outside, then their plan might be foiled, if help comes from outside. So that was really smart of them to do. And then to have Midoriya get put in the water uh, and get saved by, we're calling her Tsu. I forget her full name, but our frog girl and the grape guy. I'm calling him grape guy because I don't know his name and I don't know his quirk. It's weird. Uh, but Midoriya, he knew that they didn't know any of the students' quirks, but they weren't underestimating them. So the way he was able to figure out that they didn't know anyone's quirks was pretty cool. It's just the power of deduction. Uh, they would not have dropped the frog chick into the water if they knew her quirk. That wouldn't make any sense. So it was just by chance. It was there's how many environments? Maybe like 5 environments in USJ. A 1 out of 5 chance to get any student into the element that they're most well equipped for, and they messed up on the frog chick. So he was able to break that down just then, and thank God she was there, because I don't know if he'd be able to draw that connection otherwise. But he was able to use his quirk, and I like the way that, he can't use his quirk full on, without hurting himself. So, what's the next best thing other than using smaller appendages? So your fingers. He blew out his thumb and I don't know why he blew out his thumb, to be honest with you. I took a shot for that, and I don't think I should have, because when you do this, I'm assuming you're putting most or all of your strength into the middle finger, because that's where all the force is coming from. Like, do it. You're putting force on that. Well, I guess to hold it down, you gotta put strength into your thumb. So, okay, so I'll give it to him. But he flicks the water to make this current, this whirlpool, sort of. So even though that every one of those villains is equipped to fight in the water, they can't, because this current is too strong. And on top of that, we have our little grape guy throwing stuff in the water. So they're going and reaching behind their backs and on their heads to get them off, but they can't, because it's an adhesive and it just sticks to everything unless you're him. So they can't even swim away from the danger. So now they're just ultimately screwed. And it was just an amazing escape. I want to see how Midoriya works himself into other fights. He is wounded now with just 2 fingers. He still has legs and other fingers and whatnot. So this is gonna be super dope. I can't wait. So let's just get into it. Like, let's go. But to the episode ending, one shot. Let's go. I have a pause right now. Did I just watch Aizawa die? I'm a little shook right now. I really hope I did not see Aizawa just die. So, this guy with the hands all over his body is a problem. So it looks like anything that he touches just kind of like decays. And not only is that scary, but that guy he's very analytical. He was able to determine when it's safe to attack Aizawa. And that's scary as heck. Because Aizawa wears those glasses for a reason, right? To hide who and when he looks at someone. But he noticed that when Aizawa's hair falls, it's going to create that opening. And that's how he opened up, that plane of attack. But man, I hope we didn't just watch our Kakashi of the series die. That was intense. Man. It's crazy. But I do like so far that they have, like, we've distinguished, like, there's not that many, like, actual villains on the stage right now. It's a whole lot of jobbers to kind of, you know, overwhelm everyone. But there's like a few actual villains in there that are a problem, and that's where things get a little tricky. But man, I gotta keep going. I just had to stop it there because I'm pretty sure we just watched Aizawa die. Hopefully not. I don't think we did. It's too early on for Aizawa to die, actually. I'm gonna say that. Yo, I don't even know what I'm looking at this point. So Nomu is bioengineered. So he's not like a natural being. And they caught Aizawa. They didn't kill him like I thought they did. But they were breaking his limbs like they were nothing. And it looks painful. Oh, God. And this guy with the hands all over his body. So he's a clear and confirmed sociopath. When the Warp Gate guy who did away with 13 came to him and said, "Hey, I kind of dropped the ball, and one of those students got out past me." The hand guy was like, "Yo, I would kill you if you weren't our getaway guy." And he kind of had a little moment there. That's a little scary. But it's kind of cool to know, though, that there's a lot of villains that are just jobbers, and these few villains that we see are a really big problem. You know, just even in group fights, they're a problem. So, man, I can't wait to see how, like, the villain hero power scale, like, really balances. Because right now I'm thinking that the villain scale is kind of like there might be, like, let's say 3 of them, but they weigh out against maybe like 6 or 9 pro heroes. You know, so it's interesting. I can't wait to see what they do with that. But man, I just wanted to capture that reaction because I was seeing some shit right there. I had no idea what they were going to take it there. I'm stumbling. I'm a little drunk. I'm a little surprised at what happened. So sorry for all that, but that was crazy. But how is Deku just going to sit there in the water? He was like, "Hey, we got to take some heat off of our boy Aizawa," and then he just sits there in the water and does nothing. So I don't know what's going on. Yo, Deku just broke his arm hitting this hand guy. I wish I knew his name, but Jesus Christ, like, this is intense. This is really intense. I'm gonna drink for his arm. Oh, is it broken? It's not broken. Oh shit! What? No. I'm gonna take a shot for that because that's a monumentous thing. I thought I was gonna have to take a shot anyway for a broken arm, but he didn't break it. That's amazing. I'll take it. Ooh. Oh, is it All Might? It's gotta be All Might. It's All Might. Here we go. Let's see that plan. How are we gonna kill him? Oh, that look. That look. Oh, shit. Yeah, I can't believe they ended it right there. Jesus Christ, dude. Just like the very last moments got super freaking intense. I like I said in the last one, I really love Ida having to come to that conclusion that I've just got to go. And I like that when he was opening the door, he wasn't worried about what was going on behind him. He had essentially put all of his trust into his comrades to take care of all of that. And that was really cool. But man, seeing Aizawa get torn up the way he did, I've always wondered like how far his power can actually take him because it's just it is a like a one-on-one sort of broken move. But if you're in that big of a group, that's kind of insane. He did really well. He did much better than I thought he would do in a group. But you know, it can only take you so far. It's a one-on-one thing, at least for right now, as far as I'm seeing. Maybe it's better later on. Hopefully, that'd be sick. To man, that'd be amazing. What else did we see? I saw. Yeah, I didn't like how Deku and crew were just sitting in the water when the plan was to like let's take some heat off of Aizawa, and they didn't do anything. that was kind of dumb, but uh, that I like Aizawa's resolve because that guy with the hands on his body is like he was going to kill that frog chick, and his quirk got erased by Aizawa. And like when we're talking about resolve, I mean like not only were his limbs just twisted up by Nomu, we're talking like uh, there's blood flowing over his eyes and stuff. Like he cannot blink in that time frame. So his resolve is pretty friggin' solid, and that puts his character up here for me. He's the Kakashi for sure of this series, and I like Aizawa. Um, I I don't think I have anything else except for I did kind of wonder about how when Deku says he said what did he say Missouri Smash, I think. uh, when you say stuff like that, like, does it not correlate back to like, oh, All Might says shit like that? Like, it does not raise some flags for people. But the hand guy, he was like, oh, so you must be like an underling of All Might, huh? But of course, it's kind of a stretch. It's a reach to go like, oh, you say this, so that must mean that you got a quirk from All Might. That's probably not the case. That's not the conclusion that most people will draw. So I've always just wondered, like you can't just say that and just it'd be okay. But yeah, let's get into this next episode. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going to happen right now. We have Nomu has restrained All Might, and Midoriya's running down towards him. I just know whatever's going to happen is just going to be epic. So I just wanted to. Whew, man, this is crazy. It's crazy. Oh shit. Oh shit. We have Bakugo. Goddamn. Dude, that was sick. Oh, and our Fire and Ice guy. Dude, this is fucking crazy. Oh my god. Yo, like everyone in this class that's an actual problem is here on the battlefield with All Might right now. So we have our Fire and Ice guy, Bakugo, the guy who's gonna be Bakugo's like best friend. It seems like I feel like that's Ochaka, or maybe, and of course Deku. This is insane. Like this is a problem. This whole thing. Oh yeah. Dang. I did not realize that Ochako was who we assume might be the relationship here with Midoriya. So Nomu is not out of the game like we thought he was. He's growing back an arm and leg. Oh, super regeneration. Yeah. So Nomu just blitzed everyone, and no one could react to that. Yo, this group right here is so freaking dope. So we have All Might, of course. All Might's All Might. But then we have Kachan, Bakugo, whose quirk is already ridiculous. Deku, whose quirk is already ridiculous. And then we have, I'm forgetting his name, but I'm going to call him Fire and Ice for right now, whose quirks are ridiculous. And then I'm not remembering this guy's name, who's obviously Bakugo's closer friend / rival or whatnot. His quirk is also pretty ridiculous. Less ridiculous than the three of them, but man, this team is crazy right now. Oh shit. Plus Ultra, I'll take a shot. Jesus Christ, this whole thing is intense. Yo, he just sent this dude to space right now. What? Oh my god. Yo, what the hell just happened? Holy shit. Get out, get out. Will he get out? Oh, we have these guys. That's right, that's right. It's time for villains to leave. Let's go. Goodbye. Holy shit. Alright, I'm just throwing my earphones around everywhere. Guys, I am super into what's going on right now. So, we find out that Nemo. We find out that Finding Nemo was literally engineered to fight All Might. And All Might goes, you know what? Since you're designed to fight me, I'm going to give you more than 100%. And he sent that dude to space. Like, that's incredible. Like, this dude's body and, like, his whole thing was to absorb all the shock. So, like, no matter what All Might, or anyone for that matter, would hit him with, it would mean nothing. He wouldn't feel it. It wouldn't affect him or his momentum. So, I mean, oh, holy shit. What I just watched was incredibly insane. All Might just going as far as he did was fucking ridiculous. I don't even know I can explain what I just watched. If, like, that was crazy. I like that the villains came here with a plan, but man, that plan was not good enough if that's all it was. Jesus, that was insane. That was really insane. One of my favorite parts in that episode, though, was Bakugo tagging down the guy who has an ephemeral body, with the exception of that, like, metal collar that he has. The guy who has the, like, transmission quirk or whatever they call it. That was dope as shit. Because I love Bakugo is... I don't know if it'll turn out this way, but he has this thing where, like, he's the hero with villain tendencies. So, like he said, he's like, yo, if I feel like you're moving in a way I don't like, I'll blow you up. Like, it's not a problem for me. I don't have any problem killing you. like that's what I like about Bakugo is like there's don't take any chances on the dude. And I I mean my favorite heroes are anti-heroes, man, like Punisher, Deadpool, the fucking Wolverine at a point. These guys get shit done. If you are not about the mission, you're not about the mission, and your life ends here today. So I'm talking about. So he was like, dude, I will blow you up right now. Don't make another move. I feel like he should have blew him up. It was smart of him to not do it, just in case they were able to take someone back for like intel and whatnot. But man, I think that would have been totally okay if Bakugo blew him up. Shit, man, this episode was crazy. How many episodes do I have left? I think I started out on 9. I'm just hyped. Like it's not even alcohol, guys. Like I'm legit hyped on whatever the fuck is going on. So 9, 10, 11, 12 was our 4th. So we have our 4th happening. Jesus Christ. Alright, so what I'm going to do right now, guys, is I'm going to change the rules just a bit because we're intense into fighting. I have not taken many shots. I'm slurring though. Like I'm definitely there. I want to change some of the rules to anytime All Might gives a thumbs up, anytime our fraud chick says ribbit, and let's do one more. One more being anytime. This one might not be as frequent as the other two, but anytime Bakugo feels like he's not living up to either All Might or Deku. So those are some new ones, but I'm keeping the original ones as well. So let's get into it. So Midori just broke both of his legs, about to break an arm, maybe? I'm not going to take a shot until he breaks it, because I almost did it last time. I know better. Fuck. Jesus Christ, this is getting intense. All Might can't take much more of anything. That's why Midori is jumping in with his broken legs. Then I have to take 2 shots for it. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck me. I'm spilling everywhere. What? Holy shit. Okay. So I just risked my life on the 2 last shots. I was expecting Deku to break his last arm. And then a hand reaches out, which is the guy who can decay people. And then someone just pulls out a gat. Like, just, fuck this. And just shoot. I'm just gonna keep it rolling. Who just pulls out a gun? Oh. This attack, could it be a 9mm? Like, what are we doing right now? It looks like the principal and maybe someone else. And Ida, shit. Yo, Ida's dope. Ida's so dope. I'm sold. Oh, damn. Yo, so our guy who's been chilling on the microphone this whole time can actually do some damage. That's crazy. Yo, so our Wild Wild West dude just tagged our hands all over body guy. That was pretty sick, but it doesn't look like he got him. It looks like he can still recover. But, oh man, that's crazy. Like, that guy's going to be a problem later. And I don't like that. But that's cool. I love this reinforcement scene. This, everyone coming in just to fuck him up. Let's go. And 13's still alive. Damn. Let's go. It seems like they're on to All Might. At least our, hands-on body guy is on to All Might. Because he noticed that he was weaker. He was slower. Damn. All these jobbers just laying around. But I mean, it kind of serves the purpose of what they brought them to USJ for, in a sense. They helped save each other, and that was dope. Like, that was really cool. Like, watching everyone come together to do what they needed to do to either defeat the enemy or save someone else, and that was so dope. Like, damn. Like I said, the first 5 episodes had me hooked. I'm dedicated, but man, I didn't think I'd like it this much, to be honest. I thought a bunch of people that liked this were stans. I was wrong, or I'm a stan. I'm not gonna lie to you. I almost considered cheating. But Deku cried. Because All Might said, if it wasn't for those few seconds, I would have... It's just stupid because I'm drunk now. I am drunk. And it's like, gotten to unsafe levels. No, just kidding. But, Jesus. At least this is the first time Deku's cried. Because the first 5 episodes, even though YouTube took it down, Jesus, he was crying non-stop. And I wasn't taking a sip for, like, when, it was the same sequence of crying. I only took it when it was a different sequence of crying. And this kid got me fucked up. Like, he messed me up pretty bad. So I'm glad he's just now crying. I will gladly take a shot for him crying now. Because it's well deserved. He worked hard for it. He saved All Might, blah, blah, blah. God. So stupid, though. Stop crying. Man up! Just kidding. I'd probably be crying, too. It was touching. Yeah, I'd have to save my sensei, too. I just watched MHA perfectly. Jesus. I can take these out now. I'm so impressed, honestly, like, with just the story and how it's progressing. The villains are so super fucking dope. Not every single one, of course, because a lot of them are just jobbers there to get wrecked. But I was super stoked to see All Might and Deku kind of sorted out at the end, and then to see how many people actually have All Might's back, as far as him having like a secret identity, if you will. This episode was so sick. I like this character. I'm forgetting his name right now, but it's Bakugo's friend who has this hardening ability. He seems to be this median between Deku and Bakugo, where it's, he can easily be on Midoriya's side, but then he can just as easily be on, I don't know who I just said, Midoriya's side. Hopefully I didn't say Deku's side before. But if I did, I'm drunk, and it's because of this. But man, it's really epic. Man, watching our boy, watching our boy, forgetting his name, that's what I'm saying, our boy. Watching All Might fight in this thing, it's put a lot of things into perspective as far as just like, we see that since he's gave his power up, in a sense, that he's getting weaker, he's getting slower. And it's something that, damn, we just had his name. It was the last thing that was said, and I'm forgetting it. But, the guy with the hands all over his body, the villain, he noticed. He noticed. And if someone like him noticed, then someone who's more of a threat, which I'm sure there is, because he's not like this ultimate villain. He's not, which is worrisome, of course. So if he's able to deduct that from just the very few seconds and minutes that we've seen of All Might, then All Might's in for a shit ton of trouble. Because it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. So I am still stoked on the fact that Midoriya has been able to punch someone at All Might's strength to not break an arm. Like, he didn't break it at all. And I'm wondering why he didn't do that. God damn it. Like, it sucks not being ahead of the game. This is the first time, not really the first time, but, it's close to the first time, where I can't resort to a manga, I can't resort to another person. This was honestly a good ride. And I cannot wait to see how there's a whole I just don't know. All this was super sick. I hope I had 5 episodes, because I feel like I did. And I'm drunk, for sure. I'm drunk. But yeah, man, this was fun. This was really fun. If you liked it, please leave a like, a subscribe, and comments below. I know I don't usually get too hype on like Naruto or Boruto or Black Clover, but like, if you want me to, I will. Like, I definitely can. But I try not to, because I like to leave that sort of, that distance, that, facts and knowledge and compassion and empathy between all of these things. So yeah, if you liked it, leave a like, comment on it, tell me what you thought. I'm going to keep sticking with MHA. I have some other anime kind of in the works, but if you want to see something else, please let me know in the comments below, or in the like section. I don't know what you want until you let me know. And that's how it's gonna go. I mean, it's a very new channel, so it's all you. So what you have to say is what I do, and what I do is what you have to say. So just let me know. It's very, very easy. Jesus, I'm getting tired. So this has been Jack OATz. Signing out.